Caffeine is a substance that can be absolutely lethal to your Shih Tzu, and it is critical to understand that there are currently no known medical antidotes to reverse its effects once ingested. The symptoms of caffeine poisoning in dogs are severe and distressing, including fits or seizures, extremely rapid breathing, a high degree of restlessness, and uncontrollable muscle tremors. Furthermore, it can lead to heart palpitations and internal bleeding. It is your responsibility to ensure that you keep all products containing caffeine well out of your dog's reach at all times. This list of dangerous items includes not only tea and coffee, but also cocoa, chocolate, various sodas, and energy drinks. You must also be extremely vigilant about coffee grounds and whole coffee beans, as these contain concentrated amounts of the stimulant that can easily overwhelm a small breed like the Shih Tzu. Any form of onion, whether it is raw, cooked, or powdered, has the potential to kill your Shih Tzu by destroying their red blood cells, which ultimately causes a condition known as anemia. Because the Shih Tzu is a small breed, even a very small amount of onion can prove to be fatal if the situation is not treated with extreme urgency by a veterinarian. The symptoms of onion toxicity in dogs are quite clear and include a total loss of appetite, frequent vomiting, noticeable breathlessness, a general sense of dullness, and physical weakness. There are other plants and fruits that are very similar to onions in terms of the toxic effects they cause, so it is best to never feed your Shih Tzu any foods from this family for these exact same reasons. Avocados represent a very dangerous food item for Shih Tzus, particularly because they are a smaller breed due to the presence of a substance called persin. While consuming avocado might not necessarily be fatal for every dog or cat, the resulting symptoms can be incredibly nasty and painful. These symptoms typically include severe diarrhea, vomiting, and in some cases, painful constipation. If you are aware that your Shih Tzu has ingested any part of an avocado, you must watch closely for these signs, and if they occur, you should get them to a vet immediately. An even more serious and immediate risk is the big, round seed found inside the avocado. It can easily be swallowed and become lodged in your Shih Tzu's esophagus, intestinal tract, or stomach, requiring emergency surgery. Additionally, the green avocado peel is dangerous because its sharp edges can cause significant internal damage to the digestive tract as it is consumed. Raisins share certain biological similarities to grapes and create the same level of serious health problems for dogs. Raisins are considered highly toxic to the Shih Tzu breed, and this toxicity extends to any jams, jellies, or baked goods that are made using these ingredients. Because the exact mechanism of why they cause kidney failure is not always clear, the wisest and safest course of action is to never include raisins in anything your Shih Tzu is given to eat, no matter how small the portion might seem. When asking if a Shih Tzu can eat plums, the fruit itself is generally not the primary problem. Rather, it is the seeds and the pit that cause the most significant harm. Alongside other fruits like peaches and persimmons, plums are considered toxic to Shih Tzus because their seeds can be easily digested, releasing harmful compounds. This creates a double trouble issue. While we have covered the danger of the seeds themselves, you must also be aware that any jellies or jams containing plum, peach, or persimmon seeds can cause major health problems for your Shih Tzu. Is milk good for a Shih Tzu? The short answer is no. The lactose found in all dairy products can cause your Shih Tzu to suffer from significant digestive problems and bouts of diarrhea. It is also common for Shih Tzu food allergies to include milk and dairy, so you must use extreme caution before ever giving your dog milk. Most owners do not want to intentionally make their Shih Tzu sick, yet these products can trigger chronic allergies if they are consumed on a regular basis. The most typical side effect of this dietary choice is persistent itchiness and skin irritation. Peaches, much like plums, have pits that contain cyanide, a chemical that is poisonous to both dogs and people. While Shih Tzus are generally clever animals, some individuals still do not realize that fruit pits are not meant to be eaten and may try to chew or swallow them. Just like with persimmons, peaches are considered extremely toxic because the seeds are very difficult for a Shih Tzu to digest properly. Therefore, it is the wisest decision to not give them to your Shih Tzu at all to avoid any risk of poisoning. Walnuts bear some similarities to pecans in the sense that they can cause a Shih Tzu significant harm if they are eaten. The primary reason for this is that walnuts often harbor a low level of harmful mold that creates negative health effects similar to those caused by pecans. If your Shih Tzu consumes walnuts, they can also suffer from serious neurological problems. To prevent such frightening health issues from occurring, it is best to simply not feed your dog any walnuts. Macadamia nuts are another item that should never be in a dog's diet. If you enjoy these nuts, you must be careful to keep them far away from your Shih Tzu. This rule applies equally to any other food products that might contain these nuts as an ingredient. If your dog consumes even a few macadamia nuts, it may prove to be fatal. While 6 nuts are often enough to make a larger dog sick, because your Shih Tzu is a small breed, it can take just 2 or 3 nuts to make him dangerously ill. Garlic has many similarities to onions, and like onions, it is highly toxic to Shih Tzus and other dog breeds. However, the potency of garlic is actually 5 times greater than that of onions, making it significantly more dangerous in smaller quantities. You should never allow your Shih Tzu anywhere near garlic or foods seasoned with garlic. Are leeks poisonous to dogs? Yes, they are. Leeks belong to the same botanical family as onions, garlic, and shallots. If your Shih Tzu consumes any of these ingredients, he can become anemic over a period of time and experience various other health troubles. You should not force your Shih Tzu to lead an unhealthy or tough life, filled with medical complications when these situations are so easily avoided by managing their diet strictly. There are some dog owners who choose to feed their pets raw diets and often tout the supposed benefits of raw eggs. However, there are 2 very significant problems with giving your dog raw eggs. The first is the high possibility of food poisoning from dangerous bacteria such as Salmonella or E. coli. The second issue is that an enzyme found in raw eggs interferes with the body's ability to absorb a particular B vitamin. This interference can cause noticeable skin problems as well as issues with your dog's coat, especially if she has been eating a substantial quantity of raw eggs over a long period of time. Fat trimmings from meat, whether they are cooked or uncooked, can cause a very serious and painful condition called pancreatitis. While meat is an important and necessary part of your Shih Tzu's diet, you must make sure to limit the fat content if you are preparing the food yourself. It is always a good idea to consult your veterinarian for more specific information on what kind of meat content and fat levels your specific Shih Tzu may need to stay healthy. While a very small amount of coconut is unlikely to cause lasting harm to your Shih Tzu, the milk and the white flesh of a coconut are known to cause significant stomach upsets in many dogs. Furthermore, coconut water should be avoided entirely due to the high levels of potassium it contains, which can disrupt a dog's internal balance. Raw fish, specifically salmon, trout, shad, or sturgeon, can contain a specific parasite that causes what is known as fish disease or salmon poisoning disease. If this condition is not treated promptly, the disease can be fatal within just 2 weeks. The first signs that your dog is ill include vomiting, a high fever, and noticeably enlarged lymph nodes. Fortunately, thoroughly cooking the fish will kill the parasite and protect your Shih Tzu. Once cooked, fish like salmon can actually be an excellent source of protein, healthy fats, and essential amino acids. Yeast dough is particularly dangerous because it can rise inside the warm environment of the stomach, causing gas to accumulate rapidly in your pet's digestive system. This process is extremely painful and can cause the stomach to bloat and potentially twist, which is a life-threatening emergency known as GDV. Additionally, the yeast produces ethanol as a byproduct of fermentation. A dog ingesting raw bread dough can actually become drunk or suffer from alcohol poisoning. Before it is baked, bread dough needs to rise, and that is exactly what it will do in your dog's stomach if she eats it. As it swells, the dough stretches the abdomen and causes severe pain. Xylitol is a common artificial sweetener used in many household products, including sugar-free gum, candy, baked goods, and even toothpaste. In most species, including dogs, it causes a rapid release of insulin, which can lead to acute liver failure. This sudden increase in insulin leads to a dangerous drop in blood sugar known as hypoglycemia. The initial signs of xylitol toxicosis include vomiting, lethargy, and a loss of coordination. These signs can quickly progress to seizures. Elevated liver enzymes and full liver failure may be observed within just a few days of ingestion. Always read the labels of any processed foods, including some diet foods and peanut butters, before giving them to your Shih Tzu. Are currants poisonous to dogs? Yes, they are. Being from the same family as raisins and grapes, currants are toxic and must be avoided completely. The real problem is that currants are often hidden in numerous healthy human foods, such as bagels, specialty breads, trail mixes, and various other baked goods. For this reason, you should never give your Shih Tzu any foods that contain these particular ingredients. While Shih Tzus can safely enjoy certain fruits, cherries are one fruit you should never give them. The leaves, stems, and pits of cherries all contain cyanide and are poisonous to both humans and Shih Tzus. Cyanide poisoning is a common risk, but another serious danger is the pits themselves. Because of their size and hardness, cherry pits can cause obstructions in the airways, the intestinal lining, and the general digestive tract of a Shih Tzu. Many owners want to know if dogs can eat nutmeg or if it is bad for them. Nutmeg is a very common ingredient in many baked goods that humans enjoy without any issues. However, nutmeg is toxic for Shih Tzus and all other dog breeds. The specific compound that makes nutmeg toxic to dogs is known as myristicin. If your Shih Tzu consumes this toxic spice, he is likely to experience symptoms such as dry mouth, disorientation, a rise in blood pressure, abdominal pain, an increased heart rate, hallucinations, and even the possibility of seizures. The best practice is to never let your Shih Tzu have any baked goods, as many of them contain nutmeg as a hidden ingredient. Even in small amounts, nutmeg may cause diarrhea and mild vomiting, so it is best to never give them any at all. If this guide has helped you better understand how to protect your furry companion from the hidden dangers in your kitchen, please consider subscribing to our channel and liking this video. We are dedicated to uncovering the vital information that helps pet owners provide the safest and healthiest life possible for their dogs. Let's protect their future together. Our next essential guide to pet health and safety will be arriving very soon.